And I think as a black man, it's like you said, it's just so hard for them because every day they gotta go out here and be macho every day.
But before they even walk out the door, odds are stacked against them. They open their eyes and it's odds against them.
Yeah, because you're a black man.
Black man.
And it's us that's tearing them down.
Real bad.
Real bad.
Real bad because they find these vulnerable spaces to tell us things, and then the moment we get mad, and that's why your mother ain't love you and your father left, and that's why you too broke to buy your kids some shoes that one time. Why are you doing that?
Why? After this man that told you at a vulnerable time,
why would you do that?
He shared that with you, thinking that he could be able to trust you. Now you've conditioned this man to believe that every woman is going to be that way. Yeah, right. Then when you meet a healed version, a healed good woman, you kind of tread light with her. You don't want to express a lot of things because the last 26 women that you've dealt with have thrown everything that you felt like, and it's already hard to get a man to become emotional.
And it seems unrealistic because now we seem perfect.
Ooh, like you got it all put together.
One, they like, now I'm intimidated.
Yeah.
Because now you healed and I can't do nothing for you because I'm nothing. Because the last 26 women that I dated told me that's why my mother ain't love me, my father left me, I can't take care of my kids.
Now you have that expectations of all of us, and that's just not. And I just hate that we do that to the brown women.
But then it's the good women that get
the short end of the stick
because they don't feel like they're good enough to date us.
Yes.
Because they begin to believe what the last 26 said.
Yeah.
It's hard for a black man out here, man. But essentially, they were saying it's hard for black men navigating, period. But then a lot of us have to come home to situations that don't necessarily add to the peace. And they gave examples in regard to, a man trying to be vulnerable with his woman, and down the line it's getting thrown in his face and things of that nature. I feel like we done touched on this before, but nothing wrong with a refresher. Did y'all feel like there was some validity to what she was saying?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, there's always some validity to some things. Let me restart. Yeah. What they said was true, but not all the time. It's not like a everyone thing. Mm-hmm. I won't say it's like a majority thing. I'll say less women do that. I think. I don't say all women or the majority of women do it. I think the lesser amount of women do that to men. Because honestly, most men don't even open up to their woman. So, 26. If you open up to 26 women, then that's a problem that you have. And every last 26 women that you talk to or try to get emotional with, throw it in your face, you have a problem with who you choosing. You need to reevaluate who you choosing and who you talking to like that. But
26 is crazy.
Maybe he was taught to be very expressive.
Okay, well,
26 times.
You need to be taught to pick the right person to be expressive with.
There we go.
It's a lot of women out here that he dealt with.
Yeah, but you can't be picking the same type every single time. Goddamn. 26? Let's not use the word 26. They were just making that number, right. I'm sure. But, I'm sure it's happened once, twice. But I don't think that many men even open up to women. So to say it happened more than 3 times, I'd say it's highly unlikely.
Yeah, I think that's I think you touched on my explanation I was about to get into. Are you picking the right type of woman? I think the irony is that we get on women for the same thing, right? You were dating the wrong type of guy, and now you don't trust that when a good dude come around that I'm gonna be able to take care of you because you was dating these bad guys and they was doing this, that, and the third, and you was giving them 100 chances, and now that I'm here healed and ready to love you, you ain't trying to let me, and da 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 da. It's the same thing with us. We be dating women that we know ain't really ready or mature enough to be able to handle us from a vulnerable perspective. And then you try to be vulnerable with that woman and she chops your head off. And now you go to the next one like, man, I ain't never being vulnerable again. All it takes for a man is one time. You know what I mean? To where we get that thrown in our face or we get our vulnerability thrown in our face, it's over with after that. Like, it's going to take hell and high water for him to be able to express on that level again. But a lot of times we knew that woman that we was trying to express ourselves with wasn't built for that. We'll be messing with a chick because she look good and messing with a chick because of the sex is good or whatever the reason. You see what I'm saying? And then seeing toxic signs of her not being accountable when we trying to bring up things that she doing wrong. seeing signs of her willing to argue and make a scene with us in public. Seeing signs of her when we get into it, all of a sudden our business is on social media.
Calling you out your name.
Cursing
Talking
loud to you, shit like that. And then be shocked when we try to be vulnerable with this woman and it gets thrown into our faces. Because it's like Kenny is saying, that hadn't been my experience in terms of dating women that when I try to express vulnerability to them, that they throw it in my face later. But why is that? It's because I only allow a certain type of woman in my vicinity in a serious fashion. Now, that's not saying that, you know, you can't have fun with certain type of women. Because certain women are just built for fun. The same way certain men are just built for fun, right? But when you try to do long-term shit, mature, serious stuff with somebody who's just built for fun, and then it blows up in your face, you can't blame it on the field because you tried to overextend what that person was capable of, or you didn't do a good enough job vetting what that person was capable of before we tried to put them in a position that they're not qualified for. And that's what happens. You see what I'm saying? So that's just my thing. I feel like picking the right person alleviates that. And again, if it's 26 times and you running into the same problem, the problem is not them. I just leave that there.
I think men and women, or both, I would say equally guilty of trying to, I guess I would say, make the situation right. Like control the situation. Because I think with both, like women, they kind of don't want to be wrong. Men, we want to stick through it and try to go through all the steps possible to not fail. So we're going to try to do whatever possible in order to not lose that situation. And so I think with both of us, it's like an ego thing. So we'll both date somebody that we know is not right for us, know we shouldn't be with, but it's like some kind of way, if they just change this one thing about them, then maybe I can have them the way I want them, and they can love me the way I want to be loved and do the things I want them to do. But in reality, they're not going to do those things. That's not who they are. We're trying to change things about them that they will never change. And so I think we both just play on our ego with situations like that. And then time after time is always trying to change somebody to maneuver it how you want to be instead of just accepting somebody for who they are. And like, okay, let me love them for everything that they have right here. I don't want to change nothing about them. Now, can they do this better? Maybe this better. I can give some suggestions here and there, but just trying to change somebody with doing things that they're not doing, like that just can't happen. You got to just love people for who they are.
She was just there for the season.